Hi everyone, this is me again, and in this occasion, I want to talk about a topic that is going to be a kind of delicate. I want to learn about security and about accessibility. Accessibility, and those two topics are going to be covered in a whiteboard. I am going to teach you this because it is it's important for us to be aware of the accessibility of every software or application that we create. Also, more important than that, when we create a software, we don't pay attention to the amount of data that we are handling or working with. We work with a huge amount of data usually, and that is not convenient. Okay, I'm going to show you today, for example, what is better to use. For example, Node.js, plain JavaScript, vanilla JavaScript is called, and or PHP, or for example, sorry, Go um, or just plain HTML, CSS, and another database, for example, SQLite. Okay, I will tell you the difference of all of these ones here, and you will understand why it's important to know the difference of all of them. I will put each one with one color different, you know, for us to be able to see them clearly. Okay, let's start with Node.js. Node.js is a software that if we look for it, Node.js um, creation release date. It was created on the 27th of May on the 29th. I mean, it's very very recent. It is kind of a software, but it's not a software. It's a package manager. What is a package manager? Well, Node.js what does is to bring you the possibility of involving or saving modules together. Now, what is the bad side of the good side? Let's start with the good side. The good side of Node.js is that the code that you write is shortened than usual code. Also, the database management is easier. The database management is easier. But if we go to the bad side of this, let's see the bad side now. The bad side is that um, the modules are saved always in our machine. And you may be saying, but Reynald, that is not true. And I will tell you a secret. If you are an experimental developer, you can make possible that it is not like that. But if you are a common developer, almost always you will have to download at least one or two or three or four of the packages that you're using in the project with Node.js. And it is in all the projects. And usually when you're working for an enterprise, you have a lot of projects. And guess what? Those projects almost always are made in the same framework or in the same language. In this case, Node.js, there are enterprises that use Node.js for almost everything. And when you see the Node packages, you can see, for example, here I can look for go on Google. I can look packages.js example, and you will see that the package JSON usually has a lot of programs. Let's see. Okay. By the way, I don't know. I don't assert no one. Okay, here you can see, for example, no, this one, no. This one does not say it because this is just an init. Okay, this is an initiation of the package of the package management. But here, for example, let me see. Here is the repository, the keywords, yes, but no, I want it with with the packages, dependencies. You see this one, for example. Look, do you see Expo.js, React DOM, all these dependencies? Sorry, I haven't used only this one that is over here, but the Jest I have used, the React DOM I have used it, the React Native also I have used it, the React Native Web I think that I have used it as well. And did you see these dependencies? Yes, I have used um, this another arrangement here because the dev dependencies is for us when we're working on the dev environment. But at the end, that is what I was telling to you. You can have, for example, the dev environment. And on the dev environment, you can make possible that you only use what is necessary for you in one moment, for example. And you concentrate on that thing. But the thing is that at the end, always you sooner or later you will have to uninstall and install the dependencies of the project. And the bad side of this is that sometimes those dependencies have another dependencies and they are updated and it is a very huge mess. I'm being honest because if one of those dependencies give one error, you will have to update the dependency. And in the update, it integrates another thing that is new that you don't have in the project yet. You will have to add it. And many people would say, oh no, Reno, that happens because you are just you. You are one person, and that is happening because to you, blah, blah, blah. No. The truth is that as well as you see this, for example, this little uh, cable, you see it and I see it. I mean, what you see is the same thing that others see. At the end, the only thing that changes is the spirit that moves us to work. But at the end, what you see is the same as I see. There are many people that are thinking that the environment is controlled by your own beliefs and blah blah blah. No, that is a lie in the name of Jesus of Nazareth. That's why Jesus said clearly, it's easier for a camel to enter through the eye of a needle than a rich person to the kingdom of God. Why? Because the rich person has the eye on the riches. But if you learn not to have the eyes on the riches, you will understand that every one of us should be able to have the same opportunities if we have the same knowledge and we have the same intentions in a certain way. Because you should not put other people that is going bad in a bad side just because you think that he is watching things that is different to it. That is a lie. You are making his life worse, sadly, because you should not judge. Jesus also said that. Jesus said, the same nature that you use to judge one person, that same nature will be used to you. So do not judge. Don't judge anyone. Do not judge. And if you don't judge, you will be open to opportunities. You will be open to understand things that others do not see and do not understand. Okay, so that was the good and the bad side. The bad side is that, as I was saying, dependencies. Dependencies that are huge in a way that are unpredictable, being honest. No, Node.js, they are like that. And also the size of those dependencies, size of the dependencies. I will tell you a secret. Many developers I have worked with, they are very happy when they use Node.js. And being honest, Node.js is one of the most funny languages actually nowadays. But the problem with that is that when you have to download certain kind of dependencies, if your internet is not good, then the internet starts to go slow, and your machine also gets a lot of problems with the disk, the hard drive, because it's full of those code. Because one of those dependencies sometimes is weight 1 gigabyte or 2 gigabytes or a half of a gigabyte or a fourth part of a gigabyte. So as you may see, it's not just by I'm not telling you this just by telling you. It's true that Node.js has a good side, in a bad side. The good side is that the code is kind of fun. Is you are like you feel like if you are in the cool side of the web development. But the bad side is the dependencies management, fixing bugs of those dependencies, and it is not a lie. I have even a friend I love. She's a girl, and what she hates the most is, as well as me, is facing dependencies problem. Because dependencies problems is one of the most difficult things in a certain way. And it's not because it's difficult. It is because it is tedious. Do you know what is tedious? Tedious is something that takes too much time to do, too much time to do sometimes, and you get like desperate. And the truth is that even though many people are trying to hide it, it happens to many other developers, not only to her, not to me. It happens to many others. But they have me, for example, on a jail, thinking that well, I don't see it. But I know that it happens to them because God, Jesus Christ, for example, He does not do things randomly. The question is, do you understand? If you do the things randomly, that is why you think that others are also living in a randomly way. But if you understand that everything is placed on the place that it should be, because God is not a God of putting things just by putting it, you will see it clearly. For example, the parable of the lost coin. A woman which lost a coin, when she finds it, she goes and calls everyone and says that she found that coin. With this, I think. Let's go with the vanilla JavaScript. Vanilla JavaScript is kind of the best approach of development. Being honest, I love vanilla JavaScript. I combine it with another backend development language. For example, and and another back end development language, backend language. Okay, which I use. You know, um, vanilla JavaScript is one of the best. Why? Because you learn many things when you do vanilla JavaScript, but many things. because vanilla JavaScript is always updating and updating and updating. But the good side is that it's not like Node.js with those errors of dependencies. You if you see that they update something, you just make, for example, a replace all in the project, and it will work. You replace everything that is related to that, and that's it. I have done it, and it works. You can do it with another language, making requests as get or post with the fetch API. So we can put here the fetch API is a good side of this. Also, the front side management front end is super easy and 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 compatible. Why I say compatible? The thing is that vanilla JavaScript does not have problems with compatibility, but Node.js sometimes does because maybe one of the dependencies that you are working with has um, compatibility problems, and if it happens, what you have to do? You would have to look for the dependency version that is compatible to the other dependencies, and so on and on and on and on. Do you see? It's not that funny, being honest. Let's now see the bad side. The bad side of vanilla JavaScript is the time. Usually, it consumes a lot of time. Being honest. And also, the other bad side is that the debugging is kind of messy. When I say messy, is that it's twisted. When you are using a huge program of JavaScript and you are a novice, you don't know much about modules, how to use classes and JavaScript in the best way, because there are two ways of using JavaScript. You can use JavaScript as a novice, just one file or I don't know, two files of JavaScript and writing functions, or using classes, using the arrow functions, using the modules, all those things. If you use JavaScript as an expert, like I know, for example, the debugging is going to be easier than if you use it in a as a like a novice. Okay, so here I will put on the back side that you should use it not you should use it with experience or good knowledge or understanding. When I say understanding, is that the knowledge that you have, you know how to apply it. Okay. Now let's go to the PHP, and with this we will close because Go and play and playing HTML, CSS, and SQLite are actually super easy to approach. On PHP, we have the thing that PHP is kind of very attractive, okay? But the problem of PHP is that it has um, the problem of PHP is that it has kind of a problem that is that PHP is um, only on the server side. Okay, you can work with PHP on the client side, but it is usually wait. I mean, it makes the website to be tough, to be like slow. It's not good. It's not good to use PHP to make the whole website. But if you know how to use modules and all those things, and you combine it with JavaScript, being honest, you will create a huge, good website with PHP. But to use PHP, only for one purpose. Yeah, on the client side and in the backend, usually it's not good. Okay, so PHP has the advantage that it's very centralized on the backend. That is an advantage. Centralized on the backend, but with the possibility to be used with the front end. Another good thing that I would say is that it's super easy to learn. Being honest, PHP for me is the kind of the easiest language to everyone to learning. And being honest, I am not the only one who says that. I have known about many developers and many teachers that say the same thing. So let's put it here. It's easy to learn. And the bad side is that, as I said, it's not good to use on the client side alone, which is different in JavaScript. In JavaScript is very cool in the way that when you know much about JavaScript, you can accomplish things that are super amazing. That's why I would say that from these three languages, I always, being honest, would use this one. I am be in and I am not even like a master in this one is because I know these things that I am teaching you now. But the truth is that when you are good on vanilla JavaScript, you almost always see yourself obligated to use Node.js in certain way. So I encourage you not to be afraid of Node.js, but to learn and to keep yourself very freshy, with vanilla JavaScript. And also, the bad side of PHP is that the code is kind of strict. But something interesting that I forgot is that Node.js, even though many developers do not say it, Node.js hides in the behind that it is kind of restricted. Yes, when you get one error on Node.js, it shows a big uh, screen saying there is an error, and you have like no option but to fix in the error. Let me connect my computer. Okay, so as I was saying, PHP is very good, but they both have that problem that they depend very much on the good quality of the code that you have. But being honest, that is not bad. With the time, you will have to be a good developer writing a good code. So, but the bad side is that it's too strict. There are people that say that it is not something bad, but I am going to tell you a secret. For example, do you see this? This is empty. But if you are too restricted, you will not see a value on this maybe. But as I am a very practical person in certain way, and I am not restricted, I see value on it because for me it has a significance. Same thing happens, for example, with this. This is my dental bruised teeth. An restricted person, and I have now many of them, they don't like small things for things that are important to them. They like big things for things that are important to them. And being honest, when you grow in the business world and you become a person with importance and all those things, you become restricted in certain ways. You start to see that small things are not even like good or important. I don't know if you have seen, for example, the serie Gambito de Dama. There is a man that said in one occasion that the pounds are useless. And when he said that, I was almost dying of laughing because I know about chess since I am almost since I have almost memory, you know. And when he said so, I was like, seriously, the pound is the most useless. And I didn't, you know, I don't used to say it that this to anyone, but that was a very bad comment, a very bad comment. He was a very good player, that is true, but what he said is not true. So, but he was saying it maybe because he was not even aware of what he's saying. Because as I told you before, when you become a person that is too restricted and you are important and you have money and all those things, you start to see the things that are empty without value. And that is not good. Because the value of the things are on what you put inside of it, not on what other people say. For example, here, look, this is something that is important to me. I can put it inside of here. And can someone tell me that it is not important? Yes, he can say it. But for me, it is important. I don't know if you can, but life is like that. As humble you are, as easier becomes many other things that you see in life. But as luxury and vanity you have your eyes on, you will be very very easily desperate, and you will get easily offended. For example, if he hears what I have just said, he will get offended. Just an example. But you should not do so because I'm just putting an example here, you know. Okay, now let's see the Go language. Go is one of the language that has come kind of new lately. And being honest, it doesn't have many things to offer at the moment. Being honest, there are other people that say the opposite, but I am just honest. Why Go does not have many things to offer? Because in comparison with PHP and JavaScript, Go is like growing yet. You know, it's like if for example, I don't know, let's say me, I have 29 years compared to a person that have 50 years, and that person have the same words as me, but he has more experience than me. So at the end, he is more experienced than me. Same is with Go and the other three languages above. This is like growing, you know. And HTML, CSS with another database management, for example, MongoDB, um, for example, I don't know, AWS, Heroku, all those things. Look, being honest, taking a look to them is very good. It can shape the way that you use and you understand how to get data from different type of databases. But you should not be attached to be always like learning new things, and doing things new. No, no. I I will. This is my last advice. My last advice to you. I I shall encourage you to make at least two projects for 1 year, for example, while you do other projects for other people and maybe your job, for you make two projects for yourself, like as a practice. You know, if you are an experienced developer like me, you make two projects and you do a little by little every day, step by step, and it will become a time and it will come a time that developing will be like writing, you know, like you just think on an idea and you will do it as as soon as that, as fast as this. And I'm saying it because I was slow in comparison as I am now. I am able to do things very very fast today that in years before it took me maybe 2 weeks to do. But being honest, always depends on your character. Okay, you have to put character on the things that you do. Doesn't matter if it is a pound that makes the checkmate, but the person behind the board is that makes the checkmate. See you in the next video. Remember that Jesus Christ loved you.